at the Ravinia. We're going to talk about Phase 1, Phase 2 elevator operations, what they are and what they do. It's important that you bring in your lower guide that has your FEOK1 and your Gainwell box key. When you arrive at these type buildings, you want to first locate the fire alarm panel. When you enter in the lobby, you need to first check the fire panel. Even the main panel may be located in a back room for the command area is. However, if you have a security desk in the lobby, most of the time they'll have a mini panel there, which is sufficient for the information that you need. Once you located the appropriate bank of elevators for the floor that you need to get to, if you have an alarm sounding, the elevator should already be recalled. But either way, whether they recalled to this floor or not, we're going to do a Phase 1, Phase 2. The only reason they would not be recalled to this floor if there's a mechanical issue with the elevator or the alarm, or the fire alarm is on the recall floor. If the fire alarm is on a recall floor, it has one additional floor designated to that elevator to recall to. To do the Phase 1, Phase 2 operations, on any elevator after 2012, we'll use our FEAL key. If it was before 2012, it may have a different type elevator key. But either way, you take your lower guide with your attached keys. Use your Gainwell box key to open up the Gainwell box. It should be within 30 feet of the bank of elevators you're using, and get the FEL key, which of course this one does not have an FEOK key, which again was no problem. We can use ours we brought with us. You want to make your way over to the fire call panel. Take the red outline switch, which is the fire recall. You center it straight in and turn it to the right in this one, which is be to on position. Once you do the on, you remove your key or take it with you. The fade device is lit up. The fade is the fire alarm initiating device. And as you can see, the elevator is already starting to recall. Once your elevators have fully recalled, you want to search each car, make sure there's no victims in those cars, and then you can enter in for Phase 2 operations. The Phase 2 portion of elevator operations is actually entering in the car. As you pass into the doorway, you want to take your flashlight and look in between the car and the hoistway to check for any smoke, fire, or water. If any of that is present, then you do not want to use this car. If it's in the same, the car next to you is in the same hoistway, you do not use it either. You would want to use a separate hoistway. When you enter in, everything is clear. You want to take your FEO key. This particular elevator has a access door for firefighter operations. You want to unlock that. This same key is the one that you're going to use for your to turn it on. You'll notice both of your fade buttons are lit. You stick it in and turn it to the right. Alright, so once we're on, to close the door, you have to hit close and hold it. If I let off of it, it opens back up automatically until it's fully closed. We'll use that to our advantage doing our floor checks. So we will close it. Okay. Now once you get it all the way closed, it's just going to sit here until you tell it which floor to go to. If our fire alarm's on the 8th, then we'll go up to the 6th. I will select the 6th floor, and also I'm going to select the 2th floor, because I'm going to do is go up one floor and then do my rechecks, make sure the functioning of the elevator is everything's good. So we landed on the 2nd floor, so I'll have to hit the open button and hold it until it fully opens. However, I'm going to do is hold it until partially opens, and I'm going to let it go, and that's called a peak. What I'm looking for in that floor is any smoke, fire, anything that I see. When I peek it, I let it off. Okay, it was clear. So now I can fully open the car. Again, we landed on the 2nd floor. just to check the function of the elevator. When I check my light, I look between the car and the hoistway, looking for fire, smoke, or water. Everything looks good. Everything functioned properly. Now we can proceed on up to every 5 floors until you reach 2 floors below the fire. Our alarm is on the 8th, so we don't need to go no higher than the 6th. So I'm going to close my elevator car. Okay. And it's going to sit here until I tell it what to do. If you'll notice, there is a call cancel button in your panel. So we're going to check that real quick. I'm going to go ahead and hit 3, which is 1 floor up, and then I'm going to call cancel. Okay, the call cancel, so that function is working. The reason you want that call cancel, because if you accidentally hit the fire floor, you do not want this car to land on the fire floor for obvious reasons. You'll want to be able to call cancel that, so you can go to the appropriate floor. We're proceeding to the 6th floor. So now that I've hit 6, okay. Okay, we've arrived on the 6th floor. Again, I'm going to do my peek. I'm going to check for smoke or any signs of fire on this floor. So I'm going to press my open button. I'm going to look. I'm going to let go. I peeked it. Everything's clear. Now I can fully open the elevator doors. Now, we are in the investigation mode. The fire alarm is on the 8th, so we're going to walk up 2 floors. Now, if you want to keep this elevator, then you can take your key, turn it to the hold position, and take your key out with you. No civilian can get in and operate it. All right. If you want to send this back down to the lobby, all you got to do is turn it to the off position, take your key out, carry it with you. This will recall to the lobby or designated floor, which is the lobby on this. If you're sending the elevator on a reported fire, so there's no investigation here, you are reported fire, you want to send the elevator car back down for the other units coming in. So once we land 2 floors below, you want to do your peek. Everything's clear. You can go ahead and open it up. Once you got it opened up, you want to do a quick check. Water, smoke, fire, everything looks good. Then you take your fire key. You're going to pass hold all the way to off and carry this back with you because they have their own lower guide, their own key. If this was a special key, then you would need to go to the off and leave the key in it. So I'm going to the off. I'm taking my key out. I'm stepping out. The elevator goes back down. So once the car has arrived back at the lobby or the recall floor, it's available for other crews to use. Once personnel allows, command can assign a chauffeur for the car to operate it to carry crews up and down. That chauffeur will need a CO monitor, full SCBA, water can, and some type tool to ride with them in the car. Crews need to be aware of overloading the cars. They all have a capacity, no more than 2 crews per car. If you have a large crew like hazmat or heavy, you may only want to run one crew at a time. Once you've finished using the elevator cars, you want to take them out of phase 2 and phase 1, putting them back into normal use. For phase 2, you want to go from the on position just over to the off position and remove your key. Phase 2 has been removed. All right, you want to exit the car. To reset phase 1, you put your key, it'll be in the on position. You want to bypass off over to reset. Once you fully over to reset, hold for at least 5 seconds and then go to off and remove your key. You'll see that the fade buttons have went out and the elevator doors are closed. The elevators are now in normal operation.